Hello, my name is John Cook. I'm a school psychologist supervisor at Columbus City Schools. You may reach me at jcook, J-C-O-O-K, jcook1324 at columbus.k12.oh.us. One of the concerns that I have at Columbus City Schools is the amount of paper that is used, and one of the ways to address that or cut down on that cost will be to address it through how much paper is printed out relating to school psychologists. School psychologists are responsible for writing an evaluation team report for a student who is found or may not be found for eligible for special education services. And so a report is required to make that determination. And I went ahead and crunched the numbers, found that 4,470 students this past school year were evaluated for special education services. And at a minimum, again, this is emphasis on minimum, there's about 15 pages per evaluation team report, or ETR, that I'll refer to. And so you're looking at, based on, again, crunching those numbers, I'm looking at 335,275 pages that are printed out at a cost of $2,144. And so what I'm looking to do is increase school psychologist efficiency, and then also lower the amount of paper that is being used, as well as the costs associated with that. So as you're looking at the screen right here, I just went all those numbers I just shared with you. I just went ahead and verbally just gave you a synopsis. And so, but if you want to, the description is more detail right here. And so my overall goal, so talked about described what the problem is, and my goal is to decrease or lower the cost and lower the amount of paper that is being used. Going to go ahead and go down to and describe some of the domains that are being addressed here. Domain 3 is being addressed, systems for capacity building, and domain 4, resources management and education. So specifically, domain 3 states that one must understand how to use professional development for faculty, staff, and self to promote lifelong learning. So I went ahead and I created a 7-minute tutorial on how to use a digital signature app called KudaSign. And so that is a link that I went ahead, I provided within the Blackboard, as well as this as well as this video as well. And KudaSign is going to be assisting with school psychologists by having them, instead of printing out the paper and having the paper signed, that instead you can have an iPad or a laptop, so PC or an Apple computer or an iPad, and you can simply, once you sign up through KudaSign, then you can go ahead for $1 a month, have individuals sign off on documents. And so school psychologists, they always try to meet with the family to review the results. And so for our purposes, it would look more where the meeting would occur, and the laptop or iPad would be passed around, and each individual will sign off. KudaSign does allow for an individual to email or send that document to be signed at another location, but for our purposes, in my video, again, a 7-minute video that was created to assist with having school psychologists begin to have learn to use digital signatures. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Actually, let me just show you the website. Here's KudaSign, and this is what we'll be using, and it's the other video. Again, I taught and reviewed how school psychologists can use it for our evaluation team reports. Going back as far as timelines go, what I'm going to be doing is measurements, and so let's talk about measurements and our timelines. So we have 88 school psychologists. What I went ahead, I computed to break even, I have to have 45 school psychologists at least participate in this program. So beginning of the year, I want to find out if there are currently any school psychologists using any digital signature apps. To my knowledge, there are none. but I'll still want to get that information. And then from there, factoring in the cost, it's $1 a month for that CUDA sign, and so to break even, I need to save over $1,056. So I need to break even, and went ahead and factor in there that I need to, believe it was 165,000 pages that I need to save in order to save on the cost of papers. And so each school psychologist on average does about 51 reports a year. Again, factor in that 15 pages per report. So crunch those numbers, and I came up with that I need at least 45 school psychologists to at least participate in the program to break even with that 1,056 number. I could also use just simply for the fact of saving paper in of itself as a quantifiable number. But going through the timeline, I'm going to go ahead, I'll have my first meeting, I'll have the tutorial video introducing the app, try to recruit as many school psychologists that I can to participate in the program for that goal of 45 school psychologists. And so I'd like to know that by September. And by the end of, or the next, by June of 2017, I will then go ahead and look at how many school psychologists were able to participate in the program, and be able to look and determine based on cost and also the amount of paper that was used, if we were successful, were we able to break even. And as far as any items that were created for this project, of course, these videos, I went ahead, I created the Screenomatic training video. It's going to be a separate video from this. It's a 7-minute training video, so I did create that for this project. My goal is to show this to our school psychologists in the beginning of the year. Hopefully we'll get enough participation, interest, and get feedback on switching over to using digital signatures. What happens is that not only does that report for each school psychologist, do they print out one report, but then they make multiple copies, and so I did include within my paper estimates the copies that were made per school psychologist for maybe the different individuals at each of the meeting. But I didn't even include the fact that, well, what if there's an error, or what are the ink costs associated with printing? And so again, much of what I've provided is all minimal cost. So I hope you enjoyed the information that I presented to you. I'm very excited to implement this. And again, I'm going to be using CUDAsign to encourage our school psychologists to switch over to using digital signatures so that they can use less paper, save them some time by saving them time printing, and then also be able to save the district some money as well. Thank you.